We get asked the same question multiple times every single day. Does Viking carry Retatrutide? And the short answer is no, we don't. And while I know that's not the answer you wanted to hear, the reason we don't is, well, maybe it's not something you want to hear, but it's definitely something you need to hear, because there's a lot happening out there, behind the curtain kind of stuff. And there are a lot of places out there that are purposely omitting the truth. That means they're lying. Look, I get why you're interested. The numbers are real. Retatrutide is Eli Lilly's next big release. Semaglutide hits 1 receptor. Tirzepatide hits 2. Retatrutide hits 3 while adding glucagon. Now that's the science talk, so let me explain it in normal people terms. The first 2 drugs mostly tell your brain to stop eating, but Retatrutide adds a component that also targets your liver, forcing your body to burn more energy. In the clinical trials, people lost up to 30% of their body weight, and 30% is significant. On a 280-pound man, that's 85 pounds. When I was 400 pounds, if someone told me a drug could pull 120 pounds off my frame without me having to starve myself, I would have listened too. Nobody's saying the molecule doesn't work, but here's the problem. It's not approved. Not by the FDA, not anywhere in the world. Eli Lilly isn't even filing the paperwork until 2027, which means you're looking at late 27 or 28 before a doctor can even legally prescribe it. Now you might be thinking, Sam, compounding pharmacies made semaglutide. Why not this? Because compounding has strict federal rules, and Retatrutide fails every single one of them. In fact, the FDA recently sent letters to state medical and pharmacy boards pointing this out. Retatrutide isn't in the official drug books. It's not an ingredient in an approved medication, and it's not on the shortage list. There are 0 legal excuses for a pharmacy to be making it. But you can still buy it, right? Absolutely. But with everything we've discussed so far, you have to ask yourself, what am I really buying? You're buying vials that should carry the disclaimer for research purposes only. But the FDA is not stupid. They know Bob the accountant who lives 3 houses down from you isn't buying 5 vials of Retatrutide to run lab tests on his kitchen counter. So the reality is, the stuff in those vials, it's a gamble. Case in point, an accredited university lab in Australia tested a vial of this black market stuff. The label said 10 milligrams. The vial had 19, almost double the dose. The purity was 16%, meaning 84% was unpurified mystery junk. A doctor over there had a patient end up on an IV drip after losing 8 liters of fluid a day from gut issues. That's 2 gallons of fluid. That's what happens when a bottle has twice the dose it claims, along with unidentified filler. And that's nowhere near an isolated incident. Adverse reports and hospitalizations are climbing at an alarming rate. But let's move on to the professional aspect of this issue. Eli Lilly just filed federal lawsuits against 6 different sellers, including a compound pharmacy and a med spa. They stated directly, these clinics aren't practicing medicine, they're selling illegal drugs. And when a multi-million-dollar company that owns the molecule starts taking clinics to federal court, the party's over. So why tell you all of this? Because you need to know. Obviously, you're still free to do whatever you want. But now you're an educated consumer. You now know the risks. And the bottom line is, Retatrutide is coming, but it won't be approved until 2028. And when it is, you'll know what you're buying. In the meantime, Viking has 2 other FDA-approved options available right now, and both of them work extremely well. Tirzepatide and Semaglutide. They're legal, pure, and consistent. So if you'd like to know more, visit vikingalternative.com or call us at 210-826-8900. We specialize in hormone replacement therapy for both men and women in 48 of the 50 US states. Legal medications, real results. No games, no sleazy sales tactics, no surprises. Because getting old is inevitable. But injecting mystery substances into your body, that's a choice.
Feel the power, feel the might. With Viking you can win this fight. Follow us, your guiding light. Viking's here to make it right. Through to make it right.